Hey, I'm RJ from Higher Foundations. Do you also get stuck when trying to figure out the page designs for a website? Well, that's why I made this video. Today, I'm going to show you how I create a detailed website layout in Figma with little to no design skills required. I'll break down the exact steps I use to turn my page and section plan into a visual layout by grabbing screenshots and dropping them into Figma. So if you haven't already watched that video building a complete page and section plan, then do that first. I'll link it down in the description below. That said, let's get into it. What we're going to do first is install Figma. So head over to your browser and type in Figma download. Alright, now once here, you're going to want to choose the desktop app. Don't try to install this on a mobile app, it doesn't work. You can't edit Figma on mobile. Don't worry about this either. This is a more advanced feature, which I might get into in a later video. For now, I'm using Windows, so I'm going to click on the desktop app for Windows. And now you're going to click Save. Wait for it to download. Once it's done, click on the file, and then let it boot up. Now, if you don't already have an account, click Create One, and it'll take you to a screen that looks like this. For me, I already have an account, so it recognizes that. If not, you would see a screen that looks more like this. Enter your email, enter your password, and log into Figma. Now, it's going to prompt you to open it in the desktop app. Click Open, and you should see this screen. Now, enter your name, click Continue, put whatever you'd like here. You can go ahead and skip this. You can click really whatever you want here. This is just going to give you a tutorial. I'll click No and click Starter so it's free, and then click Design with Figma. Click Continue. X out of this, X out of this. Now you should see a blank screen. We are now ready for the next step. Real quick before we move on, since this video is not focused on Figma itself, if you're ever confused or looking for a detailed tutorial on it, I'll link some videos down below. That being said, let's move into Figma. Alright, so I've set up my screen like this so that I can have Figma on the left and the Google Docs, which contain the page and section layout on the right. This is just going to be easiest and make this go as fast as possible. Now, what we're going to be doing is taking each of the pages and the sections and turning them into a rough wireframe. First thing we're going to do is create the page itself using the frame tool. That's this grid looking thing. Now just drag, you'll see a white box. Now set the size of it to 1440 because this is the average size of a desktop. Once we've done this, name the page. We're going to start with the home page. And now we are ready to start putting in the sections. The first thing I would do is just make this larger. And we're going to go down to the rectangle tool, which you'll click in the shapes tools, click rectangle, and now you can create a rectangle. All you're going to need is to add this rectangle here. Come down, take text, place it on here. I would suggest changing the size of the font to 150. And now type in the first section. This is now the first section of the first page. I'm going to repeat this for the rest of the page and show you what to do when you finished. Alright, so now our page layout is almost complete, but we're missing a header and footer. So go back to the rectangle tool, create a rectangle, and change the color just to something darker. I do this so that I can tell the difference. I'm just going to add some spacing so we can tell it's separate. Same thing here. And then I'm just going to copy, paste this down. Going to take this text box, copy and paste it up to here. Bring it to the front. And then I'm going to change the text color to white. And I'm going to make it say header. I'll make it in the center. Then I'm going to take this text box, copy and paste it to the bottom. and make it say footer. There we go. We have now finished the first page. Repeat this for the rest of the pages, and we will move on to the next step. Alright, so now I finished the complete layout design. If you notice, I've done a few things. Every time there was a section like this, where would be more details, I would add that in just a little paragraph next to it. I made the font size 75. And for the header, footer, and booking form, which were the miscellaneous things from before, I added them with the same background color as I did up here. I would just suggest something darker. Now that we've done this, we're ready for the final step. What we're going to do now is turn this rough wireframe layout into a detailed one using screenshots from real websites. Everything we've done up to this point, including the Google Doc, is just to organize what we're about to do. Alright, so now what we're going to do is go through on this Figma layout, page by page, section by section, using the old websites, the website examples that we liked, to find things to screenshot and insert into their respective places. Now we're only going to do this with the pages. We'll come to the miscellaneous things after. We're first going to go in, and this would be easiest if we maximize the screen now, and we're going to look up all of these old sites. Now that we've done that, we'll go back to Figma and look at the first example we're going to search for. First, we'll do the hero section on the homepage. So we're going to go back to the sites, make sure they're all on the homepage, and look for the hero section. This is the first section that someone's going to see when they enter a website. So now look through each of the hero sections and determine just by look, by design, and what would have the best effect on someone landing on the site. Looking through the hero sections, this one is the nicest. What I'm going to do is screenshot this section. Alright, now we're going to insert that photo into Figma. So drag it in, and I'll drag this section over, place it, and there we go. We've completed the first section. Now don't worry about picking what sections to use. It'll be a piece of cake. We're all used to browsing websites, so we've developed a sense of what looks right and what grabs our attention, even if we can't always explain it. That's why this layout strategy works so well. It taps into that instinct we have from everyday website use. Now, I'm going to go through and repeat this process for all of the sections for all of the pages, excluding the header, footer, and booking form, as I said before. Now let's go do that. Alright, done. Now, we need to move on to the miscellaneous things. And I set them aside because sometimes they can go horizontal, like the header and footer, and sometimes they can be something completely different, like a booking form. What you should generally do is just use these as a guideline. Instead of having it flow like a page, try to find a layout that includes all of these from the example sites. And if you can't, you can sometimes mismatch some things with screenshots. Again, this is just a detailed layout. So let me go through and show you, for example, let's do the header together. So I know that I need the name and logo, a menu, and a search feature. So I'm going to go through and try to find a site that has all of that. This one seems to be the best. So I'll screenshot this, bring it over to here, and paste it. And what I'll do is I'll just put it underneath. Maybe make it a little bit bigger so you can tell what it is. Bring this over. And there we go. Now let's say, for example, this wasn't exactly the thing you wanted and you like the color of something else better or the layout of something else better. I would just go into here and say, all right, you like the logo in the middle. We'll maybe take a screenshot of that. paste it. Also make this larger. And then we can just copy and paste it over. Crop it down so the search feature's there. And insert just to where we like it. Now, we can delete this one because I do like the second one better. Now, I'll do the same thing to the footer and booking form, and then we can look it over. Alright, there we go. It's done. We now have a detailed layout plan for all of the pages and miscellaneous things like the header, footer, and booking form finished. Alright, so you're probably now scratching your head on how this is a blueprint. It doesn't look glamorous. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to take this and turn it into this, which can then easily be turned into a beautiful looking website. Now, if building websites still confuse you, don't worry. I've helped tons of businesses with their websites, and I'd love to personally help you. Just reach out using the contact info below. I'm RJ from Higher Foundations. Thank you for watching, and let's go.